what's up guys? I am back with the second part of my Caw showcase video. I apologize for this being split up into two parts, but I use SHAREfactory to record all my videos and edit it and things of that nature. And SHAREfactory will only let me record and upload videos that are below 60 minutes. The full length of this whole video with this part and part 1 combined would have been about 70. This is the largest Caw showcase, so I apologize for it taking up so much of your time, but in case you guys still want to see what's going on, here is the second part of the Caw showcase. Now, we have that out of the way. Here we have Richie Vader. Now, Richie Vader is a winner. That is his gimmick. He is a winner and he just loves to win. And I think I showed this off very good with his attire. I'm very happy with his attire because it just looks really nice to me. Got a nice amount of black, nice amount of blue, nice amount of orange. It all just looks really nice. You can see winner on both of his wrist gauntlets, as you can see winner on the back of his trunks. Now let's take a quick little look at his entrance attire shirt. Richie Vader, a nice little line under it, and it says winner 1, 2, 3 because he won by pinfall because he's a winner. And I thought it was pretty cool to have this right here. So there you guys go. Now his finishers are the Anaconda Vice for one. If you don't know what that is, it's a CM Punk submission that he used. And the Lion Salt, which is a Chris Jericho move, and it's basically just it's basically a backflip on the ropes. Anyway, moving on, here is his other attire. Now with this attire, he has won a championship, and he's really digging into that champion role. So on the right side, we have winner, as always, with some different colors, red and purple. And on the right side we have champion with the same colors, red and purple. I wanted to keep the winner kind of gimmick, but I wanted to have champion incorporated in it, so I thought this was a good way. He's half winner, half champion, and he's still all great. And I'm really happy with how he turned out. I'm very happy with how he all turned out. His body, his face, his gimmick, his attire, I think it all looks really good. Now, his entrance attire is what was supposed to be a quote, and I'm going to read it like it is a quote. I'm a winner, I'm a champion, I'm Richie Vader. And I thought it was just a cool thing to have on a shirt. I thought it was pretty cool. I didn't show off his Seth Rollins boots when I was showing off his wrestling attire. I want to show those off now. Now, as I said, guys, his finishers are the Lion Salt as well as the Anaconda Vice. So we're going to move on to our next call. But before we do, I just want to apologize one more time. I'm not going to apologize again for the video being split into two parts. I know that's kind of annoying, but I couldn't find a good way around it. And this is a continuation of the first part, which is why there's not a very clear good ending to episode 1. The ending will come at the end of this part, because it's kind of like two episodes that just happen to be split due to coincidence. I apologize for that, but this is kind of how it is for right now. So, anyway, hope you guys can enjoy the rest of this episode, and hope you guys can enjoy episode 1 as well. And let's get into the next Caw. Alright, guys, so here we have another Caw. This is Jayden. And he does look very generic, I'm not gonna lie, but that's okay because it really does work with his gimmick. Now, the gimmick for this particular attire is that Jayden doesn't like other people with gimmicks. Doesn't like people like Richie Vader, where his gimmick is that he's a winner. Doesn't like people like Maximus because he's the superior premier athlete. Doesn't like gimmicks like that. He doesn't like gimmicks at all. So he's gimmickless. He tries to dress as generic as possible to prove that, which is proven, pretty much right here. And he may not look the best design-wise, but I really liked the idea, and I thought I wanted it in my universe mode, and I'm really glad that I do have it now. There's not a whole lot to show off with this first attire, though, because everything is pretty much black. Only thing that's not black on the wrestling attire, at least, is the wrist tape, and that's gray. So we're gonna be moving on, but while we're waiting for this, I just want to point out that his finishing move is the running knee lift. I believe it is a Dean Ambrose finisher. Well, an older Dean Ambrose finisher. Well, anyway. Seeing as how we keep going on, this form of Jayden is when he joins Daniel and Archangel in that religious kind of group that I'm having. He changed his hair, which is kind of a big deal for me. And he joins the faction, so with that he gains some small changes in his attire. For one, the cross that they use as their insignia appears on his trunks, and the words Praise Daniel also appear because Praise is the name of the faction and Daniel is the person leading it, and he's supposed to be like the ringleader, the cult god, which is why that is there. And we have some nice boots and knee pads right here with the cross on the knee pads. It makes sense. I'm actually pretty happy about this. I'm pretty happy with this. I thought about having Jayden in here since the beginning of this faction idea. I'm pretty happy about it. And his entrance attire for when he is in the faction is this: Daniel be praised. Praise be to Daniel. I'm pretty happy with this. I enjoy it. And of course the cross does make an appearance on the back. So that's Jayden, you guys. There's not a lot to talk about with him because everything that you see is pretty much what you get. So I don't feel the need to explain anything. So now that we're done with Jayden, we're going to be moving on to the ringleader of this cult. We're going to be moving on to Daniel. Alright guys, so now we come to the ringleader, the master of my cultist religionist faction. This is Daniel. And this is what he looks like. Now, Daniel keeps this kind of religious theme his entire time, although praise doesn't get formed for a while. Daniel's by himself for a while. So this is what he looks like for now. This is without praise by him. He's still praised by himself, but praise isn't a faction yet. Everything forms around Daniel later in the universe mode. And showing off his entrance attire, Daniel is God, which is kind of a big theme of the faction, which is why this is here. I thought it was pretty good. Now, moving on to his next attire, I just want to point out that his finishing move is the discus big boot, which is, a discus is normally when someone does a turn before they hit you. I can't really describe it actually. I mean, it's a big boot, but it's a discus version of it. I can't describe what a discus is. It's just doing a loop. Just you turning around twice, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, here is his alternate attire. This is not with praise either, but this is something that I just wanted to make. It's kind of like something that if, you just get tired of the trunks, you want something a little bit different. I decided to put this on him. I thought it was pretty interesting to have here. mm, it looks okay, but I'm looking at it now, and I'm not really so sold on it. I'll probably change it. This I will probably change for another alternate attire. Although I do like this jacket though. This is a good jacket. I might keep this jacket on. Might buy this jacket from real life. Anyway, guys, that is Daniel, and as I've said, Daniel keeps the praise gimmick, but he's by himself. Praise doesn't get formed until later in the universe mode. So I just wanted to point that out right now. Anyway, we're gonna be moving on to our next Caw. His name is Mr. Amazing, and we're gonna be moving on right about now. Alright guys, so here is Mr. Amazing. And before I get into this, someone told me he had a Roman Reigns face with a different haircut. Tell me what you guys think, I'm curious. I don't really see it, but I created it, so I can't trust my own opinion. Tell me what you guys see here. You see a Roman Reigns face? Different haircut? I don't know. I'm not sure. Anyway, now that I'm done with that. Anyway guys, this is Mr. Amazing, and I took a lot of inspiration from one of my favorite wrestlers, Ricochet. I took a lot of inspiration from him for how I wanted Mr. Amazing to be set up here. So here's how he looks. I used the Roman Reigns, actually. I used the Roman Reigns Spider-Man ripoff logo because I thought it looked cool. It's a good logo. I'm pretty happy with it myself. And we have Amazing right here. I'm pretty happy with how he turned out. I think he turned out pretty decent. I really like this tattoo. This tattoo looks really cool to me. And now his entrance attire, it's just him with a nice jacket on. It's a nice looking jacket. Nothing on it, I just like the jacket. Now, while we are transitioning to his alternate attire, I just want to point out that his finishers are the Glam Slam, which Beth Phoenix did, and I can't really describe what it looks like because I have no idea how to describe it, as well as the Shooting Star Press, which Evan Bourne did, which is basically a backflip in the air. That's pretty much it. Anyway, here we have his second attire for Mr. Amazing, and this is where he gets a little bit more into his amazing gimmick, where he is the amazing one. So as you can see, we have amazing right here, and a 1 on the back, so he's the amazing one. A little streak down the right leg. And of course, we have the Roman Reigns Spider-Man sort of logo right here with a nice little circle behind it. Looking good. And amazing one written across there. Because he is the amazing one. He is Mr. Amazing. I'm actually very happy with this. I really like this attire and just his whole thing. Now here we go with his entrance attire. He has the amazing one still, with the same logo that's on his pantaloons, except looking a little bit better. Maybe it's because I dropped the white. Actually, I'm gonna keep the white on the tights, but I like how this looks. Look a bit different, but the same still. I really like this. This looks really good to me. I'm really happy with how this Caw turned out. Mr. Amazing is someone that I make every couple of years. Well, not every couple of years, like every year that I make Caws. It's just the first year I do it on YouTube. Because it just seems like a good time to have a Caw named Mr. Amazing. Why would you not want to have a Caw named Mr. Amazing? It just sounds so cool. But anyway, as I said, guys, his finishers are the Glam Slam, done by Beth Phoenix. Can't describe to you what it is, because I have no idea how to do that. But if you do want to see it, you can go check out a Beth Phoenix match. As well as doing the Shooting Star Press, which I'm pretty sure most of you guys know what that is, but it's pretty much a backflip in the air. That's pretty much it. But anyway, guys, let's move on to our last 2 Caws. Alright, guys, so here is Robert Mack. Now, he's part of a tag team with the last guy that I'm going to be showing off, Johnny Bourne, but we'll get to him after this. This is Robert Mack, and I really, really like the idea of having a tag team where they're very close and they may not wear the exact same thing, but they wear the same colors and the same kind of stuff. And my love of that kind of tag team was amplified almost times 1,000 when I saw Blake and Murphy debut. They might not be doing the best together right now in NXT. I don't think they're together at all, actually. But I think watching them when they were a tag team, especially with Alexa Bliss, they just like stole what I really thought about tag teams, and I just love them as a tag team. And I love, current NXT tag teams like hashtag DIY, the Revival, or the Authors of Pain. But like, I always remember Blake and Murphy for being that kind of cohesive unit with Alexa Bliss managing them. It was just really, really cool to me at the time of seeing them. So I wanted to kind of replicate that, and this is what I came up with. This is one half of the tag team. This is Robert Mack. I already said his name, but I said it again. And that is the insignia for their tag team. That's on the front, and I have his last name, Mack, on the back of his singlet, like I always have with everybody else. And the insignia again right here on the New Day kick pads. Thought it was really, really cool. And I don't have an entrance attire for him, but I do have other attires. Now, see, when Robert Mack and Johnny Bourne break up, Robert goes on a fly high gimmick where he is a very, very powerful high flyer. And here's what his gimmick is when he is going for that high flying kind of gimmick. For one thing, he lets his hair down a little bit, so it's decently long. It's not like Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns long, but it's okay. It's pretty decent. Changed up his attire a little bit. You can pretty much see the fly high right there in those letters. And the purple and the yellow. Well, it's pink and it's yellow. Sorry. Spread across everywhere. And this little arrow, I thought it was cool to have these colors be different so that it can match the pink and the yellow that I'm doing here. But I feel like now it looks more like a tree. But it's supposed to be an arrow because he's going up into the sky, like he's pointing up to the sky. With some nice knee pad and boot combos. And a nice sleeve right there. I think I'm really digging this attire. And I haven't said it yet, but just so that you guys know, his finisher is the GTS. Specifically GTS number 3. It's the one that has the pin combo in it. Now here is his entrance attire for this. The same arrow, but different color scheme. You can see a little bit right there if I angle it. Still pointing up to the sky because he is flying high. Flying high with the birds. I really enjoy this. I enjoy this gimmick. I enjoy the alternate gimmick. I enjoy just this in general. This is why this and Johnny Bourne are two of my other favorite cards during the showcase. I said that a lot during all this because I think that this showcase was possibly one of my strongest, where I made a lot of cards that I'm really happy about. I'm really happy about a lot of the cards I made. Anyway, guys, once more, his finisher is the GTS number 3 with the pin combo attached to it. And now we are going to end this off in the next part with Johnny Bourne. Alright, guys. So here we have Johnny Bourne. And Johnny Bourne is Robert Mack's tag team partner, as I've already said. I took a lot of inspiration from Blake and Murphy, as you guys know, when I was creating this card. So here's what I came up with. I do have the little logo that they're both rocking right here on his tights, as well as on his boots. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I'm really glad with how Robert and Johnny turned out together. I think they look really good, and I'm just very happy with it. Now, I don't have an entrance attire for either of them. So we're going to be moving on to the next attire, but before we get into what this next attire is, I just want to tell you guys that his finishing move is the F5. I believe it might be F5 number 1. It has the pin combo attached to it. So if you guys are curious and you want to, have the F5 as a finisher, that's the one with the pin combo on it. I believe it's number 1, but I might be incorrect about that. So anyway, we're going to be moving on. So this is his alternate attire. Now with this attire, he betrays Robert. Now he attacks Robert during a match, and once that is done, he begins a very ruthless kind of streak, just attacking people randomly and being very, very ruthless, which is what the gimmick is about. He's a very ruthless character right now. And here's what he is going around looking like. Again, I don't have an entrance attire for either of these, but I wanted to show it off. I thought it would look pretty cool. Now, guys, I'm very happy with how this Caw showcase turned out. These might be some of my better Caws. And the video is over now, guys. I just want to give away some quick little things before we sign off. One thing is, I apologize for the beginning of the video. I do tend to talk fast, so sometimes if I stutter because I talk too fast, or if you can't understand me, I apologize for that. Sometimes it is hard to control my speed. And moving on with that, another thing is that this is episode number 3. We have 2 more Caw showcases left. Now, episode 4 is going to be the shortest episode on the male side, because this is the biggest episode. And the last Caw showcase will be me showcasing all of the women that I will be making. So once this video goes up, the next video that will go up will be the YouTube subscriber Caws, and then the final male session of Caw creation will begin. And then after that's done, the Caw showcase episode 4, and then once that's done, I will be making the women, and then the final Caw showcase, and then 2 more videos after that where I debut, or not where I debut, but where I show all the WCW Caws that will be starting, and all the IPW Caws that will be starting. And then the universe mode will begin. Now that sounds like a lot, but it's not really. I'm gonna be aiming for having the universe mode start, if not by the beginning of February, then halfway through it. So I hope you guys can stick with me until that starts. It is going to be starting up soon. Now, anyway, I hope you guys could enjoy the video. I appreciate you guys clicking on the video. And if you did enjoy the video, or any of the Caws that you saw here, Johnny Bourne, Robert Mack, Mr. Amazing, Daniel, Jayden, Ghost, whoever you enjoyed, please hit that subscribe button. I would appreciate it. Now, hope you'll have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.